So the interpretation of the management of the education process given by Asimov and Shuken. So according to them, management of the education process, one of the methodological principles of teaching, providing the division of the learning process into sections, doses, the definitions of the sequence of introduction of the materials, its repetition, the periodicity of control, the use of teaching aids. According to Igne, management of the education process is a purposeful, systematically organized process of influencing its structural components and connections between them, ensuring the integrity and effective implementation of functions, its optimal development. So, according to Pasov and Kuzovleva, most fully and comprehensively characterized the means of the managing the education process at a foreign language lesson in a separate chapter of the training manual foreign language lesson. They include into them these means that they are the teacher's methodological skills, the methodological characteristics of the class supports, and the last one is the speech installation control. So it is widely accepted that the education process is presented in an organizational format in the teaching process. Hence, the aim and the content-related tasks of the education process are realized by the component teaching process with the assistance of the structure chosen by the teacher. The structure should be able to organize integratively and methodologically the entire education process, though its set of components using the necessary context, content, and technology required for the intended learning outcome. So the structure that able to manage the teaching process and organize its content is known as the category education program. The education program can take the form of different types depending on its aim and content. So the model of vocational education program should be able to meet the following requirements. The first, the program should be systematic and comprehensive, so it can determine the dialectic interconnection between the intercultural, linguistic, interpersonal, communicative, discourse-related, and other aspects of modern foreign language educational content. It should be hierarchical and have an aims-based form of teaching which include basic fundamental communicative skills and abilities as well as more specialist ones. It should have the content and technologies of teaching resources should be vocational and problem based and relate to as close as possibly to real working practices. The program should vocationally motivated so that it fosters professional growth and the continued improvement of vocational skills. The program should have an element of prognostics in developing and personal qualities, skills, and abilities of students. Teachers should select teaching resources that are predictable and contain both the situational conditions needed to develop communicative competency and tasks of increasing difficulty that are connected to actual professional activity. The program should have an element of diagnostics which guides teachers in their selection of content for communicative teaching according to students' level of communicative competency. The program should be adequate, assessed, and accredited. The latter is established through a system for the qualimetric measurement of levels of professional competency. So the comparison of the terms, methods, and technologies according to questions, definitions, contents, descriptions, implementations of education process, and the result. So in this slide you can see the differences of the terms, methods, and technology.